Measuring nearly 1.5 by 2 metres, Rocque's map of the country 10 miles around London covers an area from Hampton Court in the west to Woolwich in the east, and from Harrow on the Hill in the north to beyond Bromley in the south, and is one of the finest maps of what is now Greater London ever produced. John Rocque, an estate surveyor and French Huguenot immigrant, arrived in London in the 1730s. In 1737, he was tasked by the engraver John Pine with creating a 24-sheet survey of central London. Whilst this project was in progress, in 1741, Rocque noticed that the towns and villages surrounding the capital were of great economic and social importance, so he saw an opportunity and decided to create a new map of the country around London to a distance of 10 miles. This was printed on 16 sheets and covers an area of 247 square miles on a scale of 5.5 inches to the mile. It's a quarter of the scale of the large survey. Both the 24-sheet and the 16-sheet maps were completed and published in 1746. The London and Environs map was engraved by Richard Parr, with Rocque himself as the publisher and, unlike with the 24-sheet map, taking the full profits for himself. After the survey was completed and the 16 sheets drafted, Rocque issued a prospectus inviting persons who have a mind to encourage the work to subscribe to the costs of engraving and printing. A subscription list containing 365 names and including some very important people, including the Prince of Wales, the Duke of Cumberland, the Lord Mayor of London, 15 dukes and an assortment of other nobles. The sheets were framed in an elaborate border, into the bottom part of which was inset a large cartouche carrying a dedication to Richard Boyle, 3rd Earl of Burlington and owner of Chiswick House. The first thing the modern viewer notices is the rural setting of central London, with villages such as Hampstead, Kew, Richmond and Greenwich, separated from the capital by acres of verdant farmland. Proud of his surveying abilities, Rocque goes to great lengths to demonstrate that his measurements are bang up to date, with the inclusion of an accurate rendering of Belsize House, which was rebuilt in 1746, the year of the map's publication. The level of detail is such that we can see the layout of the accompanying gardens in Belsize Park. Every square inch of the map carries a symbol of some sort to portray features of the landscape, a solution that is commonplace now, but was revolutionary in the 18th century. Individual houses and churches are marked, also roads, lanes, footpaths, hedges, fences, walls. Indeed, the map is remarkable for its use of standardised symbols to distinguish land use. Rocque even provides a key at the bottom right to distinguish orchards, arable land, formal parkland, gardens, pasture and woodland. These conventions and symbols and this level of detail would mark Rocque out as one of the master mapmakers of the 18th century. Between 1734 and 1762, he published more than 100 maps, plans, road books and indexes.